So hello and welcome, I'm Frederick Dunn and this is The Way to Bee. Today I'm responding to a question that I received a couple of weeks ago, and that's how do you make a hive visor for an Apimaye hive? Well, you start with these side pieces of wood that are 3/4 inch by 2 inch by 10 inches, and you cut 2 of those. And I have scrap wood laying around, so I'm going to be using this red oak, which is really tough stuff, so you need special screws that can self-tap into that. And I'm using a power screwdriver, of course. Premium exterior wood screws, just in case you want to know what we're using. Number 8's by 1.5 inches long. Comes with your own bit, so that's good to go. And also the size of the red oak piece, 18 inches long. So that matches the front width of the full-size 10 frame Apimaye hive. And then you might be wondering, front to back, how big is it? And this is important to know. So it's 4 3/4 inch front to back. Thickness is not critical. This is so easy. We just put 2 screws, 1 in each side, 2 in each side, and we're using these zinc-plated U-bolts, and they are 1/4 inch in diameter, 6 inches long, and they come with a nut, and I'm going to show you why that's handy for adjusting it and fine-tuning exactly how long these are going to be. And they should be rust resistant because they're zinc coated. Now I'm going to back the nut off to where it exposes 1 inch of threads below it, because we're going to drill out the hole, of course, deeper than that. And I got a really nice 1/4 inch drill bit here that the hardware store manager talked me into. It's good stuff, and I have to tell you, it works really good. I'm also going to freehand it. So I did clamp it down to the table saw here, and then I'm just going to take the drill and I'm going to eyeball that, put it right through the center there, and drill out my 1/4 inch diameter hole. And of course, since we're going in 1 inch, we want to drill in probably 1.5 inches. It won't hurt. See, slides right in. Now before you glue everything up, I would expect you to go out and test fit it if you're using it for a different purpose, but this is for the Apimaye hive and it's going to work. I'm using Gorilla Glue. This is the original Gorilla Glue, and there are some special things to think about with this stuff. First thing you have to do is, of course, dampen one surface, and it bonds multiple materials, wood to metal in this case, and this moisture is going to cause this glue to expand and fill in every little nook and cranny. So once you're fit up and you're set, there will be no changing. Within the next couple of hours, this will be complete and ready to go. I clipped off the top of the bottle. I'm going to tell you some important things about this bottle in a minute that I really want you to pay attention to. I'm using side cutters, of course, to take off the top. Don't need a lot, just put a little bit of this on there, and I have 2 layers because I'm on the kitchen table of paper towel here, so I don't mess things up because I am in the kitchen. And we're going to stick it in here, and you can turn it around as it goes in if you want to make sure you get really good coverage, but let me tell you, Gorilla Glue goes everywhere. It expands. So that moisture is what activates it, and of course the warmth. It's 70 degrees Fahrenheit in this kitchen. And so this is your chance. This is your time to align these just right. And I decided, I don't know why, to angle them out a little bit. But let's talk about the Gorilla Glue. You want to store this stuff right, because you buy a big bottle like this, you can find it all solid and useless later on. So I'm using these Wise Dry Silica gels. And I'm going to put this and the bottle in a Ziploc baggie, because you know what we want to do? Take all the moisture out. I also highly recommend, if you're not doing this part, at least store it upside down so a little air bubble forms at the bottom and doesn't glue and seal up your tube where you'd like to use the glue later. This works. Do what I say. It works fantastic. Okay, so it bubbled up here pretty quick. In about 2 hours, it's hard to the touch, even though it looks nice and soft and foamy. And I'm going to wait until the overnight before we go out and put this on an Apimaye hive, and here we are. It's been raining today. Today is March the 11th, and I went out between storms, and look, see the handles on the Apimaye hive? Flip them out, put your U-bolt over that, and then it just naturally hangs down at a perfect angle. And it's going to shed water, snow, it's going to provide shade in summer, and we found out that it drops that landing board temperature by 15 degrees. So if you're in a hot area, this works great. So I hope that you'll do this. The other thing is the angle was a little off, and it did make it a little tight. So I wondered, why did I twist those outward? I need to make another set and demonstrate it to you here, where I angle them inward, because you see the angle of the handles there. What if you wanted to strap it up or something like that? Maybe you don't want them to stick out that far. You can also put these on regular hives if you build it this way, and instead of handles, you just put a screw in the side or an eye bolt in the side of your wooden hive, and then just hook it on there. When you don't want it there, you just unhook it and put it away in storage. This is super handy. Trust me, this helps your bees a lot. We have a lot of storms coming in. This is the view from the front, of course. That's all rough gut lumber. Remember, if you've got scrap wood laying around, follow these dimensions. Very easy to do. Now, I went back in and made another one. More scrap wood. This one has some little pieces of redwood for the sides. And now see, I'm angling those U-bolts towards the center a little bit. And that should help the handles on the hive lay closer to the side of the hive. And look, here it is. Already outside. So we let that set up for a little over 2.5 hours. Pretty good to go. And see how the angle's a little better? I think that's much better. So there again, if you want to put these on Apimaye hives, this is the way to go. And you don't damage the hive. That's helpful. And if you want to put it on a regular wooden hive, you go ahead and put screws or eye bolts on the hive exactly where you want it to connect. And you just physically hang it on there, and you can remove it while you're doing inspections and things like that. Very easy. I want to thank you for watching. I hope you found this video helpful, and I thank the viewer who asked how to make hive visors for Apimaye bee hives. There you go. I'm Frederick Dunn, and this has been The Way to Bee.